Hello there, and welcome to another one of our little boat tour videos here at Preston Marina. And we've got something a bit different today, and probably literally unique. We have here a Bruce Roberts Tom Thumb 24, and she does need some TLC, as you'll see when you look at this video. She's a steel boat, so you can see the rust is there. She hasn't had a loving owner for some years, but I would like to tell you a bit about her history, because we have known this boat for many years here at Preston Marina. Owner number one built this boat himself between, we think, 1997 and the year 2000, and he took her to the Azores and back from here, from Preston, twice, and then he sold it to a second owner who took it across the Atlantic to the Caribbean and back, and that would have been probably around about 2005-ish. And this is only a 24-foot boat, ladies and gentlemen. So this 24-foot boat has been across the Atlantic and back 3 or 4 times in her life. The third and fourth owners have not been as intrepid, and to be quite honest, she hasn't even left Preston Marina since the second owners who brought her back from the Caribbean. The third owner did a bit of a refit with the intention of taking her places, but that never quite happened, unfortunately, and he sold her to a fourth owner who is selling it now. And that fourth owner, who's had it for about 3 years, has literally had no ability to do anything with it, just no time. So she has sat on her berth for about 3 years now, not going anywhere, which is a great shame, because this plucky little 24-foot boat has been across the Atlantic multiple times and is incredibly well kitted out, and was built exactly for that challenge, 24 feet, but she was built to tackle ocean sailing, which she has done, and maybe she could again if she found another owner ready to start giving her the love and attention that all boats need, but especially a steel boat like this. So if somebody were to be interested in this, it is very keenly priced, but of course we would recommend that anybody gets a survey before buying it, because it has been out of commission for some years. But anyway, let's have a look at this Bruce Roberts 24 Tom Thumb, I think is what they call the model. Now, Bruce Roberts isn't a builder. Bruce Roberts is a boat designer, a very famous boat designer, and this must be one of his smaller models. But Bruce Roberts, you can buy Bruce Roberts plans and basically build them yourself, and that's what many people around the world have done with Bruce Roberts' plans, and that's what this first original owner did back in 1997 when he started building this one. But I mean, let's just look at everything's steel, by the way. We're walking on steel decks. It's a steel hull, as you can see by the rust. The steel is just starting to need some paint work. But I mean, if you look at that Samson post there, those fair leads, chunky stuff here, real little ship stuff. I'll just quickly tell you about the rig as well. I think it was 2014, whilst this boat was on the hard standing, a winter storm, the original mast was damaged in a winter storm. So this mast was new in 2014-15 and has never been to sea since. So the standing rigging, this rigging has never been to sea. It's exactly the same as the original mast that it replaces, but what you're seeing here, although it's not new anymore, 2014, it has never been to sea, so it has not had any wear and tear on it. So anyway, up on deck now, we can see the woodwork's obviously needing a bit of TLC all around, but again, good solid hardwood. The cockpit's huge. Again, we've got to remind ourselves this is only 24 feet, but a really good sized cockpit with a chunky tiller on there. You can see the bracket for the autopilot, and the size of these solar panels, by the way. Self-sufficiency, very much the name of the game when you're doing short-handed Atlantic sailing like this. So those two huge solar panels are neatly fitted there just to the cockpit coamings. You notice the control lines all come back to the cockpit. Look at these great big Durade vents, like that you see on proper ships. That just they alone, I think, give you an indication of the concept of this boat. Again, nice stainless self-tailers, Lumar self-tailing winches. You can see there the instrumentation. Again, all working. You've got wind speed, direction, depth finder, an electric compass. This is it's working, but this is a GPS repeater for a GPS that I don't think the boat has. Oh no, it has got a GPS. My apologies. It is showing a position. The sunlight shining straight on it makes it. I don't know if you can see it on the screen, but the sunlight is giving a position. In terms of navigation stuff, this folds out from the saloon. This is a Navman chart plotter, which is on a little fold out bracket, so it can be tucked away in the saloon, or it can be visible to the crew in the cockpit. So that's all very neat and well thought out. Again, the engine controls and engine instrumentation just there at the companionway. So we'll have a quick trip down into the cabin and see what it's like down here. So traditional and cozy. But again, 24 feet. It's what I would call, well, stooping headroom. It's probably just under 6 feet headroom in here. But you know, I'm just about 6 feet and I'm standing up reasonably comfortably. So you've got a huge double berth up in the forward end, below which is again cavernous storage space for the sails. You can see the sails in their bags there, which again haven't been used for the last, well, it's probably over 10 years since this boat last went sailing, but I really do think those sails, when I have seen them out, are in good condition. And then you've got the two single berths either side of the dining table. They are good full-length berths with your feet just sort of tuck under there, the double berth. Look at that, lovely. This is the mast compression post, but you can see the traditional rope work just as a decorative and to soften it up a little bit in case it's bumpy and you don't want to bump into a metal pole. You've got a softened pole. So looking aft here on the starboard side, we've got a little nav station here, VHF radio. That is an AIS receiver, and this is the second GPS. Remember, we've got one GPS which we've already seen, which is a chart plotter, and then we've got a separate GPS. So we've got two independent GPSs. This will be the one that's driving the repeater up in the cockpit. So two GPS systems. This is rather nice as well. We've got some sort of fuel heater there, probably a paraffin, a Newport cabin heater there. Again, traditional feel about the whole boat. And then in the galley we've got a sink, a little work surface, and a gas 2-burner hob, grill and oven. And then here we have the heads, even complete with a picture on the wall of Cape. I can't just read that, but it's got a scenic picture on the wall, but we've got a sea toilet, and again, 24 feet, remind you of that, but plenty of room to get in and close the door. So again, a good size heads compartment. And then let's just take a look behind the companionway steps, where we will see the engine compartment. So I will, as if by the magic of editing, we'll have a quick look in the engine compartment. So there is the engine, a Nanny 14 horsepower diesel, not the original engine. This was fitted in about 2005, I think. So this will have been the engine that was used on the second transatlantic crossing to the Caribbean. And then behind the engine itself is access to, well, the fuel tank is behind there. You can see, by the way, this is the inner structure of the boat, and you can see how there's polystyrene insulation, which just helps keep the condensation down, keeps the noise down. And then we've got the exhaust with its silencer, and then behind that is the diesel tank, which is all easy to get to. There's the stern gland greaser in there, so again, easy access, as you'd expect on a boat that's designed to do some serious mileage. The whole boat needs freshening up. It needs to have the love that she did have with her first two owners. The second two owners just haven't been able to love her and use her in the same way, or indeed at all, as the first two owners. But as I say, she does, I'm sure, have huge potential. If you are interested, make sure you get a survey first, so you know the condition of what you're buying. I mean, there's a little bit of evidence of water ingress around the windows and the woodwork. Not a huge amount, I have to be honest. When I last went on this boat 3 or 4 years ago, it was about the same as it is now. So I honestly don't think it's deteriorated significantly under the current ownership and the lack of attention she has received. Yeah. What we've got here is something a bit different. A boat that is proven of being capable in ocean sailing conditions, big enough for 2 people to cross the Atlantic, small enough to be easy to manage and easy to handle and maintain, and to keep the marina fees low by having a small boat. So I said it so many times, less is so often more, and this is a great example. In fact, this arguably is the best example you could think of less is more. So this is the Bruce Roberts Tom Thumb 24. More details on the Preston Marina website. Well worth a look.